Best of 3 from the winners bracket, and then we'll drop to the losers bracket and find a few more games from there to finish up the Leifeng Cup Qualifier today. We have to the top right-hand side our Blue Protoss player. It's going to be Stats, taking down Zest to get here into the winner bracket final. Or we could just say the final at this point. It is weird, like it's a weird system, it's hard to explain. You explain it once, and then 2 minutes later everyone's like, wait, why are people giving up? Why are they still playing? It's a little bit all over the place, so let's just call it what it is. The winner bracket final for $50. And to the bottom left-hand side, our red Protoss player is herO. Do not forget the Leifeng Cup will be live on Tuesday and Wednesday this week for Groups A and B respectively. Group A tomorrow from midday CET, Group B on Wednesday from midday CET. You'll be able to catch Group A probably on my stream tomorrow, I believe. IEM qualifiers will be on, but we'll probably do Leifeng Cup as soon as IEM ends, so we might miss like the first match of Leifeng. Depends what the first match of Leifeng is going to be, really. So we shall see. Then Wednesday will be Group B, and I don't know if I'm going to stream that yet because Base Trade are going to be streaming, and I'm not 100% sure if it's worthwhile to stream the exact same match as Base Trade stream. So we might not be here, but if I'm not, then Base Trade will be here to bring you guys the action from midday CET on Wednesday for Group B of the Leifeng Cup. Group C, D, and the playoffs will take place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. So 1 week to get Group C, 1 week tomorrow is Group D, and the playoffs will be on a week on Wednesday. And I believe Base Trade are going to be casting all of those as well, so you can catch all the action over there on twitch.tv/BaseTradeTV for your Leifeng Cup needs. So, we set on up into this PvP, and so far all is standard, I would imagine. It's 2 gates apiece, and you'll see a little bit of a difference right away as 2 Stalkers start up from Stats. herO will start up the Mothership Core, so a little bit of a difference from the get-go between the players, a little bit of a difference in ordering. Here we're going to take a nice fast Nexus, so the Mothership Core makes a lot of sense to get overcharge energy ASAP to help him defend, and then he can go into his units after, and they'll come out in time to be defensive and to deflect the first units of his opponent, so that'll be okay. Let's see, this probe of herO is heading up towards the top side of the map. So probe heads up towards the top side of the map. I'm just going to be seeing a couple Stalkers on the way from both players now. But it is the second set of Stalkers from Stats already, whose first 2 Stalkers are moving across. We're going to see what they can find. We'll take the Watchtower. Obviously, he's looking for any Adepts coming across the map. He doesn't want some Adepts to just sort of blindside him here. So, as he crosses the map, he does keep an eye open for Adepts. Doesn't see anything just yet, though, as we're going to be seeing Stats continuing towards the bottom side. And again, he'll see this super fast Nexus, which is something he can maybe try and decide to punish. He actually has, oh my god, he's building another pylon in the front. He cancels it. He's actually going to go full-on commitment to this. So he actually already scouted with a probe. So he's already seen this. Has he not seen it? Wow. He's just committing to a super fast kind of 3-gate attack from the get-go. And that pylon cancel is going to save this from being scouted. That was so clutch. If that was scouted, then herO may very well make some decisions which help him to defend this much more easily than he initially should have done. As the initial Stalker trade is pretty even between the players. Both of them losing 1 Stalker initially, trading damage on their the next 3 Stalkers. And these a few units are just going to be backing away a little bit from Stats. So a few of these units just going to back away from Stats. 2 more Stalkers still coming down through to the south side. And a few more Stalkers coming in from this pylon over here. I mean, there's just going to be so many Stalkers so quickly from Stats. 8 against 5. Mothership Core has energy, of course. Let's see if it's going to be enough as he starts to trade against the pylon. Already some Stalkers going down here. Stats trading 1 for 1 so far. Loses now another Stalker as well. The thing is, this Mothership Core came up so early, so it's going to have 2 more overcharges. The question is, does the pylon last that long? It really is. Like, this pylon is getting lower and lower. Overcharge gets popped on it again. And here we go. He's going to commit to it. He'll take it down this time. And he will break the natural expansion. herO knows it's probably time for him to just play a bit more defensively. Probably let this natural expansion go. Unless he feels he can defend it with the incoming Immortal. He's actually going to try and buy a bit more time. A couple of the Stalkers are low for the Stats, so he can come in. And herO targeting these Stalkers down is getting rid of quite a few of them. The Mothership Core coming in for extra damage as well. And Stats is going to be pushed back. A Sentry comes in to help him with these engagements. As we do see now, a natural expansion of Stats is on the way up as well. No tech from Stats at home still, though. So he's definitely got disadvantages if he can't make something happen here soon. Force field comes down, and that's really a force field to just help him back away. But herO makes the defense here. And with this defense, he's actually going to keep on picking off Stalkers. And maybe herO can turn this into aggression himself now and go across the map and get further damage done. He's going to come in, he's going to find this pylon, and he gets a shot off onto that. Sees the depths, which he'll have to be somewhat cautious of, and get rid of this first pylon. The gateway will stay powered with the pylon in the back. And the depths are going to commit on through. Obviously, at this point, Stats needs to find something, needs to find some further damage. So if he doesn't get it, he will be in a lot of trouble. Hence why he is going for these adepts. He's really committing to them to try and find something here. As you see, the Stalkers are going to keep on chasing. Stats away towards the upper right-hand side. These few adepts are around as well, and just still kind of looking to see what's up. One of them is going to go down, the other two will shade away. But now Stats is going to find himself in trouble. With the Stalkers of his opponent are across the map, the Immortal as well. Already his first pylon taking a little bit of damage, and well, it's just sort of like reversing the favor. Only there's an Immortal in this army for herO. And before Swift comes down, the Immortal hits the barrier, and there is a Warp Prism here as well, so the Immortal can lift on up, get out of range of those units. And Stats has to type out GG. herO takes game number 1, a solid defense in this game. Again, we had a little tech issue earlier, but past that, it really has been a great day of games, so hopefully you've all been enjoying it. We've seen some really great matches. We saw Bly against Hush. We saw game 3 of that. That was actually pretty awesome. We saw Stats against Bunny earlier as well. Innovation Dark, the highlight, I would say, of the day so far. Some really great games in that TVZ. As we do have to the top left-hand side of the map now, down a game. His aggression did not pay off for him in game number 1. Let's see if we can turn this around now as we have Stats spawning in to the top left side of herO. And to the bottom right, pristine defense of his opponent's aggression in the first game. It is going to be herO, our Red Protoss player. Looking to see what he can get up to in the second game. Can he take a 2-0? His Stats going to tie things up 1 apiece. Let's find out. Stats moving down to the lower right-hand side. Looking to scout here early. herO not going to expend that early probe to scout. Obviously, by keeping a probe at home, an extra probe at home, he's going to be able to, mine a little bit extra. It's a small advantage, but it's an advantage indeed. We are going to see the gates coming up at the ramp here from herO, so he has an easy way to wall. Stats is going to be walling kind of at the back here to stop anything getting behind his mineral line, but still means the depths can come through into the mineral line here. And I never really thought about this very much because I'm not very intelligent, but Mana, when I casted with him at Home Story Cup, told me all about how on certain maps it's better to wall off at the ramp because it's very difficult to wall off in such a way that you have the pylon in the right position and you get your gate statue wall off your mineral line in a nice way to kind of stop adepts from coming through too easily. So this is an interesting one, but you're just going to choose to wall at the front. I mean, wall at the front is only really negative when you sort of get attacked and units can pick away at your wall very early, so maybe it suggests that herO wants to be aggressive in this game so that there's not going to be a chance for his opponent to kind of hit his wall. We'll find out very soon. 2 adepts on the way. 2 Stalkers are going to be chosen by Stats, as we see a bit of a different opening from both players in the early stages. There's 1 probe from Stats just sort of sitting down on the natural and sticking around, staying around as long as he can, as long as he dares to. He knows these units are going to be on the way very soon. So, he knows this kind of units are going to be on the way very soon, so he's just going to get out of there before that probe gets picked off. This probe going to run away all the way towards the top left-hand side, so just going to be running all the way over to the left-hand side. 2 more Stalkers on the way out from Stats. It's actually 2 more Adepts from herO going to go into the Stargate as well. So his early opening here is really going to be focused on picking up and killing, picking up, just a bunch of different unit kills, of worker kills, sorry. Really just wants to kill a bunch of workers. And that's going to be his initial goal in this game, as we have these 2 adepts from herO who's going to be shading on in. I'm just going to start picking up a few of these probes. So 2 workers killed already, there's 3, and he's going to come in and get a 4th one with this adept as well. Might even get up to 5 if the damage isn't good enough from his opponent, and he's not quite going to find it. There's 4 killed, and the next 2 adepts are shading through as well, so they're getting ready to get more damage done. As again, the first Oracle starts to come into play, is in the production tab, as the next 2 adepts shade in once again. Obviously, by throwing away these adepts in towards the main base, what happens is that you do see Stats will naturally take an army supply lead because herO is losing units and Stats is losing probes. So each player will take their lead in their respective ways. herO will take that worker lead 4 workers up, as he also has his Nexus on the way down, a little bit behind his opponents here. This was obviously slightly different openings, so timings from both will be slightly different. But for the most part, it's still fairly similarly timed. It's not too far behind. And the Oracle should look to do a bit more damage, which should help him to really maintain a worker lead despite his opponent having the slightly earlier Nexus to catch up a little bit. So his Oracle comes up, going to go in towards the main base and just going to try and pick away at a probe with there too. Obviously one of the main things is the fact that Mothership Core can come in and overcharge to help push this Oracle back. Comes in and gets a Sentry. That's also a pretty expensive pick-off. That's really nice from herO. I mean, if there's not going to be a probe that you pick off, picking up a Sentry is probably the next best thing. You see 2 workers killed, and is he going to get the 3rd? No. Once again, so close, but not quite there. And as we see this Oracle from herO going to keep on moving across the map, and it's going to be a second Oracle now to try and get a bit more damage done. Still Sentry hidden behind these gates. Is he stuck? Oh no, his Sentry is stuck. Well, that's a little bit annoying. He makes a warp because we can get it out, but otherwise, Stats is going to find himself with a bit of an issue not having that Sentry. A little bit of a shame. Now, we do see a couple of Adepts going to move forwards. They're going to come in over here and just jump and come straight on top of these units. He's actually going to pick off one of these sentries. Everyone will take some shots, but will not actually die. So, herO again, just picking off sentries, picking off expensive units, maintaining a worker lead. Currently 35 to 30 probes as this Oracle comes back in towards the main base. Just revelates in the main. He has another Oracle to the right-hand side, which he can utilize as well. If he finds an opportunity to do so. Keeping his opponent's Mothership Core low on energy. He adds on 4 more gateways. With the Resonating Glaives on the way up, this is going to be a very aggressive attack from herO. Amplified by the fact he has proxy in a pylon and a gateway with it to warp in from in the near future. Another revelation, herO going to keep track of his opponent's units. Those are shades when the Adepts are shading. Do not have very much provision anymore. And so if you do want to shade on top of this army, you won't see where the army is. So to make the right decisions, he's going to make sure to have a revelation on top of all of the units, so he knows exactly where those units are, exactly where he wants to be fighting, as the 7 gates of production will begin to kick on in very soon. And behind this, herO going to start going for Dark Shrine. The idea being here, if he can distract his opponent enough, maybe there isn't going to be something like a, an Observer up. In fact, there's no Observer just yet. An Immortal on the way straight after the Warp Prism. And Sentry did get out in the end. So yeah, I mean, the no Observer on the way just yet. And if he starts fighting, he might force another Immortal, in which case DTs as a follow-up could be effective, but he actually cancels the Dark Shrine, so it's not going to come into play. Just going to focus completely on these Adepts. 15 of them will move on forwards towards the natural expansion. They're going to shade on in. These Oracles going to sit on the high ground. They're going to try and set up a Stasis Ward. Oh! Sort of like the idea. Oh, he actually gets the Immortal in the Stasis Ward. A little bit of a mistake by Stats there, so he's going to lose this Immortal from the fight for a little while. Obviously, it's not going to be killed off, because these Adepts now going to straight away, and they're going to try and get away from this army. Going to jump in towards the natural. Going to do a bit more damage already. 7 workers going down almost instantly. 1 more worker would make it 8, but he can't quite get in range of it to actually pick up the kill just there. And Adepts going to sit behind the mineral line across the map. We're going to see Warp Prism play from herO. Is going to, from Stats, is going to start doing some damage as well. As Stats, well, now he's going to lose this Immortal. He loses 2 of the Stalkers in the main base as well. As there's no overcharge to help out and more Adepts come in, it just really looks as though herO has way too much. He's going to pick off more probes again. The Warp Prism of the Stats is doing a pretty decent job, but this many Adepts is just going to do so much damage, and herO takes a clean 2-0 to take this $50 first place